Breakfast with Tyffanie with your host, Tyffanie Morgan.
That's right, Sweet Peas. It's me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. Bum. Bum. Well, hello there, my little Sweet Peas and my little love muffins from all around the big blue world. This is your hostess, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. Stop laughing at me. Calling to you live from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, the home of limestone and the home to me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, in my nice warm abode, which is just finally, I now have heating.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. I have a brand new furnace. It works. I'm happy. It's great. And I have a special guest here with me right now, too, as you can maybe tell in the background there. So I would like to welcome to the Breakfast with Tyffanie, Miss Peechez.
Hi, everybody. Wow. Coming to you live from Miss Tiffany's living room. Is that what you call this room?
Well, I call it Sweet Pea Studios.
Remember to call 911 if you do not hear from me in the next 2 hours.
48 hours, something like that.
Oh, you have to wait 48 hours?
I don't.
I'm screwed.
Is it?
I think
Is
it's
it
48.
20? I don't know. But this is Sweet Pea Studios. It's a little. Well, I got the twinkling lights up here for you. I know you're a Christmas queen.
Oh, I am, and I went and bought my Christmas tree today.
But you didn't have a Christmas tree
I did,
already?
but I sold it and we got a new one. And now we have a 7-foot pencil Christmas tree.
I got a pencil Christmas tree
Do you?
too. Yes, but it's like a champagne color.
Oh, we saw that one, but no, this one's it's green and it's got little white tips, so it looks like snow on the end, just like outside right now.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got the furnace put in today when this la neige started coming down. La neige, or is it la neige? Anyway,
Definitely warm in here.
Thank goodness. What can I say? All right. Well, Miss Peechez, welcome to the program.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here with the red wine and your vodka. It's gonna be a party.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Family oriented.
There we go. You know, a little something to get the whistle going.
Yeah,
get the whistle going.
Gotta keep it wet somehow.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your career?
Absolutely. So I am now back in Kingston, but I am originally a capital queen from Ottawa, and I've gone all around. We lived in Toronto for a little bit. So I've done shows in London area, Kingston, Brockville, and Belleville. So I go all around Ontario, and I was hoping this year was going to be the year I got to do Montreal, but then COVID hit, and I haven't gone yet. So that's the gist of it. I did have a different stage name before, but we don't talk about her because, well, she's locked up in the closet and never come back out.
Oh, I need to know now.
So, when I started drag, let's see, 6 years ago, I was under the name of Josie Glitterfierce.
I vaguely remember that.
Yes, and I did Josie because I'm like, Josie and, my boy named Joey, and it kind of like went together, so if someone said Josie, I would know who it was. And actually, when we lived in Kingston 3 years ago, when we moved back, before we moved back to Ottawa, my husband's like, I think it's time for a career change name for you. And we went back and forth, and we decided, well, Peechez was the way to go, because I'm a little sweet and a little fuzzy.
Oh? Now. We talked about this, Peechez.
That was family-oriented.
So, actually, that's... I'm going to go off script here. So, name changes. So, in my kind of era, we didn't really change our names.
No.
Per se, in career-wise. But I've seen that for a lot of the younger kind of performers. They change quite often.
Yeah, I've only changed the one time. I went from Josie to Peechez, and Peechez is stuck. Everybody just... And, you call me Peechez on the street, and I'm still going to answer you as a man, so... But I've noticed that too. Some queens, a lot of the Kingston queens I've found, a few of them had changed like 3 or 4 times. I won't name names because I'm not going to be shady on the air because it's a family-oriented show. But yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the younger generation, and I don't know if it's because they weren't, like with me, I wasn't out of my shell with drag when I started, and it was very hidden for, like, you remember the first time I did a show with you, I'm like, you can't put my boy profile on anything.
Oh, yes.
And you were like, girl, this is 20 whatever it was then. And, but now I'm like, screw it. You don't like it? Don't come out to a show. Everyone come out to the shows.
Just come out to the shows. Come out to the shows. All right. So drag is kind of like a performance art, right?
Yes.
And how has your art changed over the last few years before COVID?
So when I started, I was very, very shy. I would get up on stage and I wouldn't move. I didn't like to interact with the people, and I learned very quickly that was not the way to go. Although I always had my lip sync on point, because you get clocked if you don't know your lip sync. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between. And I remember doing my first show in Ottawa. A queen from another bar came. The bar that she had worked at for years closed. And I'm not going to say the name of the bar in Ottawa because then they'll know exactly who I'm talking about, any Ottawa peeps listening. And she come out to that bar, and I remember I was in the crowd sitting with my husband at the bar, and she was in front of us with her group of people, and she said, so this is what I've come to. Like, this is the end of her career. She now has to perform at a free show at Swizzles. We all know Swizzles. So I vouched to myself that I was never going to be a queen like that. No matter where I went, I would never bring any drama in. And I leave the drama behind. I don't care, you're not talking to this queen, back and forth. Leave me out of it. Y'all could do the show together and just shut up and get through it, or don't be in the show.
All right.
And so I've learned you really got to have a backbone with some of these queens like you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. Got to put my foot down with you most days. Get here and wait an hour for you just to get ready to go out.
Well,
The vodka made her speechless.
So I have made some mishaps when I'm hosting a show or something like that. So many times, luckily, most of the time I host the show like 3 blocks away, and but sometimes I'm like, get there, set things up, and then I'm like, where's my computer? that actually runs all the music. Where's my? Oh, it's still sitting at home. I'm like, someone please drive me home.
I was about to say, remember, peeps, she doesn't drive.
I don't drive. But like, oh my goodness, yeah. So sometimes, sometimes you forget those things. Mm-hmm. But I think it's more the fun afterwards, where you're like, oh well, I forgot, shoes. So then you're like
wearing flats,
rummaging for shoes, begging, borrow, stealing, shoes or whatever. Okay, stealing. Yeah. Flat. Hey, listen, they're good for my feet. They're good for my feet.
Hey, the ones I gave you, those pink look adorable on you still.
They still do.
4 years later.
It might be 4 years later. I don't know. So how has your art been affected by COVID?
Well, I went from doing shows every week in Ottawa. I was in a weekly show at our home bar at T's Pub, doing that weekly show, and I had a bi-weekly show there as well on an open stage, and then being able to travel doing the shows. You can't do that. I'm not comfortable. I know that a lot of bars have reopened their drag shows and they're bringing people in, and I'm not comfortable with traveling around for that yet. And that was my main career. I had my boy job, but that was just on the side. Mm-hmm. Drag was first, and now it's like, and it was my vent. So when I had a bad week, you did the show, and everything from the week poured out into the show, into that lip sync. So you didn't have any of that left afterwards.
It was a bit cathartic for you.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
So I was really, it's been really rough, and I'm really happy that we're starting to bring shows back in Kingston.
Like in-person shows.
Yeah, and yes, the capacity's limited, but that means you get a better show because we're here for the peeps, even though there's only 50.
Which we're still allowed here in Kingston.
Yes, in Kingston we can have 50 people.
Yeah. Can you imagine though other venues though? Well, Ottawa, it's all outside.
They're not even in. And they had to put up tents and pop-up tents and stuff and put heaters in just to be able to survive. Like,
and they're not even allowed to enclose.
Our home bar, their little. They had to build more, but their little patio out front only had like 4 tables, so like 12 people could sit out there, and that was their capacity for there. And now they've extended it down the driveway, thankfully, so they could hopefully get somewhere. And I'm very sad for them. We're very close with the owners, and it just hurts my heart that they can't. COVID has affected them the worst because, well, people don't want to smarten up.
Venue, I won't comment on any of that, but venue-wise, we do have it, I guess, luckier in Kingston versus other hotspot areas.
Because I think that we haven't had high numbers. I mean, I remember when we got the 18 and they made us all wear masks. We were the first city to put the mask mandate in.
We were.
And we had a spike of 18 people.
But everywhere else is now masked.
Yeah, we were the venturers of the mask, whatever you want to call it.
But you did a lot of online shows though too.
I did.
Lockdown.
I did in the beginning, and then like my everyday jobs kind of took over, so I didn't get to do it as much. And I enjoy the online shows because, like, I've never done drag for the money, because the money that I get from doing drag typically has gone back into buying new outfits, or like when we travel, I've paid for the hotel to stay in that city when we go. So like we're not making the money, and it's more the trip, like getting a weekend in Toronto. When we were traveling to here before we moved back, it was, okay, well, we were visiting family. I got to see you. That's a bonus, right?
That was a bonus. That was a bonus.
So yeah, it was like a major thing, and I know some queens, they do it for the money, and I've never. I think because when I started, you weren't paid for the shows.
So just for the audience members, so like you're not traveling around anymore, like
No, I haven't. This is
before
pre-COVID,
times.
so that's where COVID has majorly affected the career, because I can't do the drag full time like I've wanted to. And the online shows were great, but then it was my sound and everything, and then Facebook with their muting. Facebook does not like drag queens. Anytime you put a song on, they mute it. So
the lip syncing.
I was like, it was like if you weren't watching that instant, you didn't get to see. So it just looked like me going like this.
Did it mute you immediately?
Yeah. Well, not immediately. So I would finish the feed and then go on to a new feed, and that old feed would get muted right away. Facebook was. I think because I was doing them so much, Facebook, originally they weren't. They were able to get through. And then Facebook was like, no, we're catching on to you now. And even saying I don't own the rights to this music, don't mute, they still do it.
For entertainment purposes only. That doesn't really do anything.
No. So I have put it aside, and if COVID continues the way it is, I'll probably have to start it back up in my living room.
In your living room?
Yeah. Or we'll just come to your house. We could have a little joint one together. We could do duets. You could not know the words to that Reaper song again.
Does he love you like he loves me? Does he think of you when he's holding me?
She needs more than a hold, and that's all I'm going to say, because it's a family-oriented show.
Whisper all his fantasies. Does he love you?
When's the last time a man whispered his fantasies to you?
Um, uh,
She can't say any names on the microphone.
I'm pretty sure it was the furnace salesperson.
Oh.
Whispered sweet nothings. It's going to cost you $5,000.
Oh,
Okay.
that's an expensive
Okay.
sweet nothing.
I paid for it. Oh my.
She paid for what came after, too.
Called the heating. Called the heat.
The heating.
Called the heat.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it's
word.
very warm in here, so
Thank
the heating
you.
is great. It's warmer than my house.
Oh my word. I'm slowly regretting this interview. Slowly regretting this interview. What do you think the future of drag is going to be? What do you think the future
The
of drag?
future?
Yeah.
You, me, co-hosting every show in Kingston.
Ah, there we go. Corner of the market. Corner of the market.
Yes. You know, I'm hoping this COVID ends sooner than later. I know it's going to continue on, but you know, everybody loves drag. So once this all ends, everybody will be back.
I think so too.
And
yeah.
I get it, it won't be the same as it has been. But everybody enjoys the art of drag. Whether you're sitting in your living room watching, can we say RuPaul on the mic?
Yeah.
Well, I did anyway. Watching RuPaul's Drag Race, or you're out at a show, two different things, but everybody enjoys the art of drag in some way.
Yeah, it's such a hot commodity right now. Yeah, it's just interesting thinking about the future because online shows, like you said, like because traditionally we would lip sync to other people's songs, sort of thing.
Nobody wants to hear me sing live. My husband will vouch for that.
But like, you know, if we do continue doing online stuff, like what is drag going to change, sort of thing, right? Because the core services is like, you know, lip syncing to a song.
Yeah.
But is there some does that change eventually?
Well, you know what? I think that the computer tech people listening out there need to come up with a program for the drag queens.
Yeah.
Because people were using that Twitch program, and Twitch was like, nope, you can't use that for drag shows anymore.
Oh, you mean for streaming?
Yeah. So I'm like, they need to come out with a drag streaming for the people. Because who knows how long it's going to be. And we need something that people can watch.
Well, that would be interesting, like a whole streaming service, and then the rights to various songs that they get the rights to, or something, and then you can do it on their platform. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get
Oh,
doing
look
that.
at us, just coming up with things. The smoke's coming out of our
All
ears.
right, Elon Musk, I'm calling you now. Elon, get us a drag queen streaming service with songs that are already paid for. I'm thinking Cher. We need Cher.
Oh, we need Cher. We need Whitney. We need.
What about Madge? Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need Madonna.
Anything that you wear your blue hair for.
There we go. The girls always jab me about my old blue hair, which is the first wig I ever purchased.
And it's the first wig I saw you perform on the very first Kingston boat cruise that we did. And you wore that wig, and I loved it on you then, and I love it on you now, even though I teased you about it. I only teased you because it's still kicking around.
It's still kicking around. If the blue hair could go out drinking, it legally could, because it is now 21 years old.
And it's got the crustiness to prove it.
No, it hasn't. It may have lost all the elasticity to it, but...
Well, it's got to get up on all that brain.
Yeah, my big old cranium here. My big old cranium. All right. Oh, I told you. I don't even know. Oh, there we are. So let's start queuing something up here. All right. Let's look into outin.ca events going on. Woo!
Special events.
Upcoming events! Yeah, sweet peas! We have lots of things. So, outin.ca, your source for queer, LGBTQ2S plus things going on here in Kingston. So, what's one of the first things? Well, there's Gender Talk on Tuesdays. There's Trick or Treat, a Halloween drag show, which is on Friday, the 30th. I know. And so Rowena...
Hosted by Rowena, our good friend.
Our bestest of friend, Rowena Way. She's hosting, and that is sold out.
Oh, it is?
Sold out.
I hope you all got your tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Because only 50 people allowed. And unfortunately, I will announce that the Moon Magic Matinee, the show that I was hosting on the 31st, that has been canceled. I'm sorry, sweet peas.
Very sad face.
Very sad face. But who knows? We'll have other shows coming up. There's Beers for Queers on the 31st as well.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Are you going to go to Beers for Queers?
Well, there is something else happening, and it's not on there. So let me find that quickly.
Oh, yes, I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, it's at the Loft. At the Loft. It's Tricks or Twinks? Was that what it was?
Oh, yes.
I think that's what it was called. So that's at the Loft. There's no tickets in advance or anything like that. So they're gonna have some competitions. Obviously, it's a regular bar, not bar, but like restaurant service. So you need to go over there, get seated, etc., etc. But yeah, they're doing it at the Loft, aka the Public House.
I'm trying to look it up for you.
Yeah, thank you, because I can't remember
We're
the name of
getting
that.
there. We're getting there.
Oh my word! And then there's a lot of other programs, and then I'm working on. Around the World, and you're going to be there.
Oh, I am. I'm so excited. Oh, it's not on there anymore. Did they cancel it?
I hope they didn't cancel. Anyway, so November 14th, that's a Saturday, and that'll be at the Renaissance event venue.
Oh, I love the Renaissance with Dennis and Paul.
Yeah.
They're always good to us.
Well, at least giving us the drinks. So that will be November 14th. And then we're going to do some other shows. And you and I are also going to be doing a Christmas show.
Fundraising show?
Yeah.
I am, if anybody on here that doesn't know me well enough, I am the Queen of Christmas. I don't need to go and get a crown for it. I am the Queen of Christmas. And a couple years ago, we did one together.
Yeah.
You did it, and it was called Deck the Halls, and it was a great turnout, and that was at the Grad Club. But this year, we're going to do it at the Renaissance together, and we're going to co-host. You're going to have the two of us for the first time on a microphone all night long. Drink lots.
All night long, all night.
And
all
it's going to be
long,
a fundraiser for the Rainbow Railroad again.
Oh, are we now?
Were we not supposed to announce that part?
Well, we didn't make any final decisions, but I think we've now made a final decision. It's going to be Rainbow Railroad, which is an awesome charity which helps save LGBT lives around the world. So it's a Canadian charity. And yeah, I've raised money for them before in the past, and I think it's a really great service. Like, they save lives, literally.
They
like,
do,
you know.
and that's what makes it a main thing, especially during this time where, not necessarily can they come to us right now because of COVID. We can at least get them out of where they are in that country into a safe spot.
Yeah. It's so many different services that they do. They don't necessarily sponsor refugees, but they will help get them to Canada. They'll help get them to other areas too, to safe zones, like you said, like Germany or something, where then they can get sponsorship for into Canada and stuff like that. But literally, like, they were flying people out of Chechnya. They were flying people out of. I can't even remember the other last hotspot recently. But yeah, so it's a great little charity. So that's going to be December 12th. So tickets have not gone on sale yet. Not yet, but they will.
The details are getting finalized. But mark it on your calendars. Girls, boys,
and
anybody in between.
What are we calling it?
Oh, ho ho. Holiday Drag Spectacular.
Ho ho holiday drag spectacular.
And we're only doing two hosts because it's two queens hosting.
Two queens hosting, exactly. But buy tickets. Well, once things get finalized, November 14th. That's going to be around the world. You and I.
Yeah, around the world in 4 hours.
The show's only 2 hours long, too.
But for those who, with COVID, you can't travel, come to the show and we'll travel around the world for you.
I'm all around the world.
And I'm not going to say what songs I'm doing because, I don't want to give anybody the advantage to not come to the show and know what I'm doing.
Exactly. And tickets will go on sale later on. Because I just finished booking it yesterday. In one day I canceled the drag show and then I booked another one.
So please, everyone buy tickets to this fabulous show on the 14th when the tickets go on sale. Watch on Facebook. Follow. Tease Show. Tyffanie Morgan. Peechez. I think it's Queen Peechez on Facebook because Facebook doesn't like it.
Peeen.
Yeah. Peechez.
Oh my gosh, girl. Oh my word. So I'm plumb out of questions. I'm just trying to think of something that we.
Well, why don't I ask you a question?
Oh wow, saucy.
So you've been doing drag for
Ever.
over a decade. That's what we'll say. Everybody knows it's been at least 4.
No, hey.
And why don't you tell me what drag means to you? Tell the world listening what drag means to you.
What drag means to me? What? My gosh. Is this like some sort of RuPaul's Drag Race? Are you going to show me photos of my younger self and then I'll start crying on
Wait
cue?
a minute. Let me find the oldest blue hair photo I have. What would you tell little blue?
What would I tell little blue? So what does it mean to me? It's just so I've been doing it for so long. It's so part of my life and stuff like that. I enjoy it for being able, like, it has changed over the years for me because I was obviously a new young performer. It was all about the dazzling lights and stuff like that. The stage, you were just totally in love with it, and what I take from it now, like you were saying, how it re-energizes you and stuff. What I take from it now, which re-energizes me, is being able to bring talent to the stage, like local talent,
and I thank you for that.
And seeing them evolve and grow, like young talent and stuff, and enjoying the audience, because I'm like the T show, like I said, I host them, and just seeing the audience have a great time, tell me they have a great time too. I may be cursing and swearing the entire time because it is a lot of work.
It is.
It is a lot of work. But afterwards, I'm totally re-energized and stuff. So yeah, I love that, and that's why I don't think I would ever do RuPaul's Drag Race per se, because I am like kind of like the RuPaul. I want to be able to bring, showcase that talent. That's what I get out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if I can also get like, $12 million out of it, I would totally... That'd be great.
If she could turn back time, peeps.
If I could turn back time.
There's only room for one chair in the room.
Is she going on tour again? Did I?
Oh, I hope so, because every time she says this is her last tour, we get another tour.
God bless. All right. Well, I gotta get going here. We gotta get going here.
Yes.
And thank you for listening to CFRC 101.9 FM. This is Breakfast with Tyffanie with me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, and
Peechez.
All right, sweeties, I'm gonna give you my love. Mwah.
Mwah.
We'll see you later.